Hey everybody, I'm out here at Palen Farms. Just got done doing the 18-mile gravel ride. Really enjoyed it. It's a 3-hour race, right? So it's marathon style, and you can do as many laps as you can fit in the 3 hours. I did the first lap at 18 miles. I was riding. I was riding the Ridley. And if you've been following me for any length of time, you know that the Ridley, as much as I love it, the last 2 gravel rides I had that I planned on doing, it a flat once and then broken spokes on another. And then what some of you don't realize is Hayden rides this bike as well, and Hayden had a broken spoke on one of his rides. And so it's the recent history with this bicycle, as much as I love it, it isn't so positive. So I was a little bit nervous about signing up for a race and then saying, okay, yeah, I'm going to do 18 miles on this. So I signed up for it, and could have been 36 miles, could have been, I don't know, my brain is mush now. What's 3 times 18? I don't think anyone's going to do 3 laps. I don't know. It's hot. It's like almost 100 degrees here in Kansas. So anyway, ended up being a great ride. So left Palen Farms, went down the road a piece to this thing called Lone Hill. We had to climb Lone Hill, right around the top of it, come back down Lone Hill, back onto the gravel, onto the road, and then we did a couple of roads. I'm not real familiar with the area out here, but the scenery was beautiful. The roads were pretty smooth. And for instance, like in California, when I would do a gravel ride, I would do 14, 15 miles an hour is kind of like, you know, it was like the tops, right? It was like the tops. It's not uncommon here in Kansas at all to be on a gravel ride and look down and see yourself doing 20, 21 miles an hour. The roads here, even though they're gravel roads, they're really well maintained. And so, in fact, some of them, you know, feel like concrete. So, knock that out. Now, here's the part that was weird. When I turned into Lone Hill, we left the farm down the road, turned into Lone Hill. On the way to Lone Hill, I found myself coming up on people, and I said, okay, well, I guess I'm just gonna. I was maintaining I was riding my race, and well, I guess I'm gonna go around. So I passed a few people, and then I passed a couple more people, and then I realized I'm kind of in the lead group here, going into Lone Hill. Folks, this is not my intention. I'm a fat 57-year-old man. I shouldn't be leading anything. And so mentally, I was like, okay, you've made this mistake before. Stop, slow down, pace yourself. And so I backed it down a little bit. Going into Lone Hill, I was like in 7th position or something like that, something ridiculous. And, by the time I got to the top of Lone Hill, I was like 3rd from last. So, and I'm up there taking pictures and video and being silly, right? I did a Facebook Live at the top of the hill, took a couple of pictures, and then came back down the hill and hit the roads again and did the thing. At that point, I was just riding by myself for a solid from like mile 7 to mile 13. I was just by myself. And just kind of hanging, doing my thing, my own pace, beating myself up a little bit, not gonna lie, thinking, oh, I could go harder, I could go faster, I could do something a little bit more, but I just kept the pace, you know what I mean, just kept the pace. Had to keep reminding myself to take a sip of water, even if I wasn't thirsty. I've got 2 water bottles on this bike, so this one is almost empty. The other one I barely touched. So in 18 miles, I drank 1 water bottle, and then I had some Nerds gummies with me. I also have a coffee goo, espresso goo, and I thought that was going to be like my treat if I did 2 laps. So if I did the 2 laps, I was going to use the espresso goo as like my cup of coffee. So like I said, that middle section of the race, I was completely by myself. Now here's a weird thing. I didn't expect to catch anybody. And all of a sudden I come around this one corner and I see a couple hills over, I see a silhouette, you know, pedaling up a hill. And I thought, is that person part of the race, or is that Is that someone that just lives out here going for a bike ride? Because I was like, I'm not going to catch anybody. It's silly. And so I just kept my pace, and I kept getting closer, getting closer, getting closer. By by like mile 14, like 13 and a half, maybe 14, I'm with them. So I pull up next to them, and I just start talking. I said, hey, I thought I was going to ride by myself till the end of this thing. Good to see you. Just trying to be social. And then as you come up to the end of the lap, it dips into the mountain bike trail. And so you finish the last mile and a half or so on a mountain bike trail, but there's a mountain bike race going on at the same time. So you dip in, and so you dip into the trail, and now you're riding with gravel riders and mountain bike riders. And so, be real honest with you, I had a wicked cramp in my right foot. It was bad enough I almost pulled over to take my shoes off. I've had this happen on road rides before. I don't know if it's a hydration thing or what causes it. But sometimes my right foot just cramps up something fierce, and it's enough to make you want to stop. It's enough to make you want to get off the bike. And I thought, well, should I get off the bike or should I just power through? I mean, one lap's just 18 miles. I can do another mile and a half. And so I finished out the mountain bike ride, but I pulled over and let a ton of people pass me. I was like, if you're behind me and you're on a mountain bike, I'm not racing you, so you might as well just go around. Just go around. And I finished the 18 miles, and I just pulled in, went to the pits, pulled in, drank another bottle of water, had some Nerds gummies, and hung out with the kids. There's a lot of kids from the mountain bike team here, and so I hung out with them while their parents are doing the mountain bike race, and just a great time. This is an unbelievable sport. It's just totally inclusive. I typically am not a big fan of that particular word in the way that it's used corporately, but from a athletic perspective, completely inclusive. Any skill level is welcome. Every ounce of participation is a win. Here's an example. I'm 57. I'm 235 pounds. I went out and I rode an 18-mile gravel ride in 90+ degree weather, and you know what? That's a win. Like, it's a win, and it's not just a win for me, it's a win for everyone that sees it. They all go, man, right on, psh, psh, high fives, way to go, right? There's guys out here doing the mountain bike race, and it's the same thing. Their lap is 7 miles, and it's 3 hours, as many laps as you can fit in, and we've got guys on the team that are out on their 5th lap right now, right? So that's 35 miles that they're gonna knock out riding today, and some of them, it might be close. They might be able to get in a 6th lap. But again, it's high fives all around. Whatever your level of participation, whatever your skill level, congrats to you getting off the sofa and making something happen. So, great times. I kind of feel, for people that haven't seen my other lives, this is gonna be weird. I'm gonna grab let me turn this off. Okay, and I'm gonna grab the camera, hold on, and we're gonna take you out here and see. The farm's amazing. That big barn over there has a giant American flag hanging off of it. And then back here in the woods is where the guys are doing some of their mountain bike laps. And then there's tent camping, camper camping, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, you hear someone breaking right there. There's the big barn. They got a food truck here for the weekend, barbecues here. It's just amazing event, amazing sport, amazing organization. I guess I'm having an amazing day. Have a good one. Bye-bye.